Hello, my name's Barbara Shaw and I work for Westward Housing Group, who are based in Newton Abbot, although we actually operate over both Devon and Cornwall. I think the best thing about my job is the colleagues that I work with, from the board to our staff to the people in the southwest. Everybody that I work with wants to make a difference. I think we all know that we don't always get it right, but when we don't, we try to put it right. Well, we are a newbie, so it's a bit difficult to say, but from what I've heard and seen, I would say the great thing is about like-minded organisations coming together, not just to learn from one another, but also to look at best practice, and of course, highlighting all the great work that we do in social housing. There are lots of things at Westward which I'm really proud of, including our rural schemes, our digital programme called Evolve, and my nomination for Housing Hero as part of the CIH. Probably a long time ago, when I first started out on my career, I was a communications professional and I started in theatre, and one of our key jobs was to ensure that seats were filled in the theatre. We were slightly desperate, so we created a marketing campaign around a mail merge. And don't ask me why, but we thought it would be a great idea to stamp on all of the envelopes in red ink, "Final Demand." Sent it out, and as you can imagine, we had lots of telephone calls about how dare we, we have never had a final demand in our home for any form of bill whatsoever. A lesson learned, final demand means different things to different people. I think what we'd love to be doing is more of everything. We'd love to be providing more homes, and we'd love to be providing more to our customers, because at the moment that's what this country needs, more affordable homes for people in need. In the 80s, I worked for leisure services at Thamesdown Borough Council, now Swindon Borough Council, and the head of that service was a guy called Graham Swan. And the one thing that he actually taught me was that team is everything. Being a team means that you can do so much more than when you're on your own. The first thing I would do, and the most important thing, is I would secure that post for the Housing Minister for the whole term of government, so that we could have a long-lasting policy for housing. Tricky question. I thought back to when I was a child, and my favourite biscuit then was a jammy dodger. You got 2 for a penny at the tuck shop at school. Not quite sure though whether my perspective has changed as I got older. Those jammy dodgers seemed quite big then, although now they seem quite small. But honestly, I don't really eat biscuits, so my preference would be for an oatcake. The one disc that I would keep is Jackson 5, Rockin' Robin. Again, when I was younger, it was the Osmonds or the Jackson 5, and I was a big Jackson 5 fan. This was also the first song that I did one of my contemporary dances to for my bronze medal. As long as the weather was perfect, you'd find me up in the air in my fixed wing microlight, flying from Clench Common Airfield to Compton Abbas in Dorset.